Hey, good morning everyone. Vincent Nguyen here for Tip Line. Let's jump in and talk about stocks today. Meanwhile, give me just 1 second to set this up really quick here. Allow all comments. Okay. All right, we are live. How is everyone doing today? I believe today is Friday, so TGIF. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me send some notes to my team. We'll give it a couple of seconds or a minute or two for everyone to jump on, and then we'll get into the charts. All right. Okay, so feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know how things are going, what you're doing this weekend. Okay. I have a busy week next week. Just so you know, hang on just a second. Let me make sure I mute this. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, all right. I think I'm set up. It's taking me a little bit longer than usual. Okay, next week I've got an Apple event that I'm covering the new iPhone in Cupertino. That's super exciting. iPhone 15. Check out my iPhone channel on YouTube. I'll drop that in the description later, and I'll be there for Yanko Design and DL Mag. So I hope you guys tune in for that. I'm not just a stock guy or a chart guy, but I'm also a tech and automotive guy as well. And then after that, I come back the 14th, and then I'm off to Japan. I love Japan. I love sushi. I love the people. I just love everything except the long flights that it takes to get there. And then from Japan, I'm going to be heading to Singapore for 2 days to cover another tech event. And then I'll get to see my very, very, very first business partner from, oh my gosh, over 20 years ago. So looking forward to seeing Kimpo. All right, so what's going on? What are we looking at today? Hey, Kathleen, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being the first one on. I need to come up with like an award system, a gift, like a tech toy or something to hand out, and just, award the first person on every day that I'm streaming. So I know I've been rambling on quite a bit. Let's jump into the chart here. Feel free to ramble on in a comment or shoot me a message. What's going on with you guys? I always love to know what's happening with the team, both in our private group and the amazing open YouTube community that is starting to grow. I want to thank Fung and a few other people who have interacted with our previous live and posts and things like that, especially with VFS. I think that's going to be an interesting stock to watch. With that, we'll go back and look at VFS later, but I think FNGR is running in pre-market. So let's jump in. What is happening with FNGR, right? At this point, I can't remember what I've said about FNGR, but I do have some lines drawn. I think there's a 4-hour chart line I've drawn here, which, oh my gosh, obviously I've been wrong. I will be the first to admit it when I'm wrong. Look at that. Look how stupid that looks. Here I thought, hey, good morning, Yim. I see you in our private group. Make sure you jump on live. We're going on a little early because I think a couple of the team members have to run off. So my thinking was this. It wasn't too far off. I was thinking that on the 4-hour chart here for FNGR, I was thinking that it might come back down and touch the bottom of this here, of this triangle before it shoots up, or at least come close to the 20 SMA here when I drew this line out. But it came down and bounced off very close to, actually it did not, it just kept going. It's above the the 3 and the 8. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, if it does not make any movement above this price target of $6.73, I would watch for the $6.73 price target simply because of this on the 4-hour chart. So this breakout right here that you're seeing goes all the way back to, I want to say, this chart, this falling wedge right here. Let me map this out really quick. Hey Yim, welcome on. I see you. I don't even know if this is even correct, guys. Where's this? You know what? Oh, you know what? Okay, I see. Okay, so this is the breakout for... Okay, I see. Okay, I see what... Okay, all right. I think I got it. Okay, so this is the breakout, the price target for this breakout of this this falling wedge. Okay, so the breakout is measured from the bottom of this triangle on the left here, as you can see where I've got it, to the top of the breakout way back here. So this was back in July 25th. So I mean, it seems like it's the run has been delayed for a couple of months, and then if you take this breakout right here from $4.69 and measure that up, that's how you're getting this third wave, 2 to 3, this 2 to 3 wave right here coming up. So my thinking is, and this is again, hang on a second, this is again not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I giving you financial advice. I am here to talk about charts, so please keep that in mind. All right, so this is why my thinking is with this breakout from the falling wedge back in, let's see here, from about July 12th to July 25th, this breakout is just a delayed moving forward. So if I were to project this over, that's how we're getting this price target up here at around 673. So it's about 33 cents away. So definitely, even though I was off on this point here, where I had my arrow up here has not changed. That price target for FNGR still remains right here at the top of this price target. And then after it, so basically I'm going to redraw this. Actually, I'm going to redraw this to line up with this arrow. And then I'm going to remap this to where I think the price will retrace to somewhere here with the 50% retracement. And then from there, it could either come back down and test price target 1, or it could just take off from there. I mean, the stock is extremely bullish right now. Let's look at the one-day chart real quick. Yeah, I think I mentioned this before or yesterday. The stock, I mean, just look how flat the 200-day moving average is, which is this white dotted line here. I mean, the further you push the price away from the 200, the more bullish it becomes. That being said, you don't want price to be too far away from the 200 period moving average, or 200 candle moving average in this case. Okay, so that's a huge gap right there. I'm looking at a, let's see, I'm looking at a 20% right now. And then notice it's been choppy, right? FNGR has been trading against this price range between, let's see, like 3 and change up to $6.18. Is that right? Oh, this is a one-day chart. Sorry. One-day chart doesn't show price action in pre-market, so it's actually right here. So it's about 60% trading range. So watch out for this price target in the let's see, 670. And then also, what's also very critical and important for you to consider is look at where the last high was. It's right here. The last high was right here, and that's around 713. So even if this price breaks up today, it's going to have to retest this recent high of 718, right? So if price blasts above 718 and then it continues to trade above that, or if it goes above that, comes back down, tests the high, and then just goes up, that is absolutely bullish. That's bullish. And remember, my rule of thumb is if price stays or close above the 8 EMA on the day chart, remain in the trade. There's no point in getting out yet, because you would have came in right around here, which is about $4.62. Or if you came in right where it took off at the 20, it's at $4.94. And then if you took some off the top, you're winning already. You've taken profit. You've trade managed FNGR properly as a skilled and trained trader. And for that, bravo. Very proud of you for doing that. So the question now is volume going to support this continued growth and price expansion into this recent high? And this is where you want to start looking at patterns, because if you start seeing a gap up, hang on, let me get rid of some of these drawings here. So if you start to see, once it's up here and you start seeing the candle formation of a shooting star where it just gaps up really high and then price starts to shoot downward, you might want to start thinking about scaling out, because you know what, the next day it's going to come back down and possibly fill this gap. And then that's how you determine this is the high of this run. So the pivot point is going to be somewhere here where we've got multiple confluences that price is peaking up here at the top. Okay, enough of FNGR. I hope that helps. Anyone else with anything? I want to touch on VFS really quick. Let's see. Can you take a look at BIOC? Yeah, Shayla, I'll do that in just a second. Let me just touch on VFS real quick, because like I said yesterday, once it nailed my price target at 18 something, shorts dipped it down a little bit more, and look what's happening today, my friends. Look what happens today. I mean, did I not call this price? This reversal right here, right? So it did drop to a low of 1737, and then now on the 4-hour chart, I have one confirmation. Hang on a second, let me bring up a different chart. I have one confirmation that, or multiple confirmation in fact, that this could be the reversal, because look at this. I look at my oscillators, and by the way, I'm going to give you a little tip with one of the oscillator. It is a highly tuned and highly advanced version of the RSI. I don't use the RSI indicator because it's, to me, RSI, MACD, all the other oscillators are laggy. They're lagging indicators, if you will, which means that price needs to move a certain period before the oscillator catches up to it. So it's laggy. It's not giving me almost real-time information. So that's why I rely on these oscillators, because they give me just-in-time information. I mean, just look at this. My first indicator here tells me that VFS was oversold and now there's buying volume coming in, telling me that the bulls are stepping back in to buy up VFS, right? So my target yesterday was at 1868 or 1886, but I also said that it was going to get pushed down somewhat, some more, possibly in the $15, $16 range. That was a possibility, but it nailed my price target to buy back in, and that was back a week ago when I called out that price target. So look at what's happening on the 4-hour chart here. It broke below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which makes sense, right? It makes sense. And then this basically, I mean, I drew this line a week ago, and look how close that nailed it at 1620, and this low was, see, this low was 1737. So I was off by less than $1, and now it's starting to reverse. And then I have my first indicator here that tells me, hey Vincent, start paying attention to VFS because it's out of the oversold territory. What does that mean? It means that they've messed around with VFS for long enough to where it became overbought up in this area here, right? So both of these oscillators indicate that VFS was overbought up here. That means that price is about to take a turn to the to the downside. But you know what? My buy indicator tells what my buy indicator indicates is this. When I have both of these indicators out of the oversold area, and as you can see here, they are both out of the oversold, and then they form almost a perfect V. So if you think of when price goes in a V formation, that means that price should move rapidly back up. Whereas if you see a W formation, that means that in the oversold area, that means that price is going to be progressing in that area for a little bit longer. Whereas up top, when it's overbought and you get an M formation, M formation. If you get an M formation, that means that it's extremely bullish. The bulls are keeping the price up in the oversold, and they're fighting to do that, and they're winning. So W at the bottom means that bears are winning. M up top means that the bulls are winning. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about that quite a bit later. But for now, all I can say is on the 4-hour chart, VFS is extremely bullish. It's already up to 1944. That's 8% in pre-market. What I want to pay attention to is this here. When market opens in 5 minutes, if price closes above the 8 EMA at $20.83, that is another indicator. It tells me that the bulls have stepped back in. Okay, that's all I gotta say for VFS. I did say I want to look at BIOC really quick because I want to jump in and do some trading this morning. Let's see, hold on, not that one. Okay, BIOC. All right. Oh my gosh, BIOC. Are you BIOC? What is BIOC? Is that a stock or? I'm not seeing BIOC. Hey, can someone help me out here? I'm not seeing BIOC as a ticker, guys. Or am I seeing that wrong? BIOC, right? All right, BIOC. I don't see BIOC. Guys, I don't see BIOC. I'm going to skip that until someone can help me find it. What is that? Is it? God, I'm going blind. I need to get new contacts. BIOC. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, AIM. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. BIOC. Okay, BIOC, BIOCEP. Okay, all right, let's take it by. Holy cow! What the heck happened? Oh, that just blew my mind. Okay, so let's look at volume. 20 million volume, $1.53. Wow. Was there news? Let's see, there's news, right? Ah, jeez. Oh man, hold on a second. Okay, so let me look at here. What's happening here? Give me a second, guys. All right, so every indicator tells me that, again, right here, right? If I was watching this, shame on you, whoever tipped this, didn't send it to the tip line. I'm looking at this, right? Look at the juxtapox between price action, the 28 and the 3. As soon as price intersected with the 3, the 8, and the 20, look at what happened. The freaking thing exploded. 20 million shares. What happened with the stock? I mean, so where are we going now? I mean, it blew away this ABCD pattern price target of $1.36 right here, and then it's still going. I mean, literally, I want to look at the 1 hour chart and see what's happening here. Oh, okay. All right. If you're not in this stock and if you haven't traded, don't chase. Don't chase. I mean, everyone in their family that entered BIOC, BIOC down here, they've earned this run because they've been holding diligently through this drawdown. I mean, this is a massive screw you to the holders for like months on end, right? So even with this run, it's barely getting them back to the $2 range where everything was consolidated right here. This is where it needs to be technically within this range of $1.95 to $2.30. I mean, come on, let's go BIOC. I'm with you. If you're retail holders, I'm rooting for you to win. But for anyone who's not in this stock, I don't recommend chasing because look what's happening. All the people that's stuck down here, I will bet you dollars to oranges that they're looking to get out. They're going to scale out, and I don't want you to be left holding the bag because look at where the 200 moving averages is on the 1 hour chart. It's way down here at $1. So be really, really careful. At a minimum right now, I would wait and see what happens at the 8 EMA, which is like $1.13, and see what happened because this thing's gonna knife. We've seen this before. If you've seen any of my chart, this thing is gonna knife, and then it might knife down some more to the 20 before it does something. I don't know. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Anything else? Market is open. What's hot right now? Let's see. Okay, market's open. Let's watch and see what's happened. VFS warrant is up 11%. VFS is up 11%. Yes, ding ding. Thank you, Kathleen. ICU is up 8%. Yeah, NASDAQ. I mean, talk about NVDA. NVDA got the crappy out of it yesterday, which was expected. Look at this. Let me bring up NVDA. I mean, I look at all charts, not just the fun stock to look at, but look at NVIDIA. Look at this. Holy cow. Look at the last hour. The selling pressure. I want to look at the 1 day chart here. I mean, holy cow, right? The 200, remember I keep saying, the 200 is where price either launches off or it will drop to, and it acted as support yesterday, but look at price. It's opened up today below the close of 462. So what is going to happen? It's now trading below the 20-day moving average, and you know what? I bet you anything that the first price target is obviously price target 2 here, and look, it nailed it almost to the T yesterday, 451. So we need to find out today if the bulls are going to step in and close price above 461, which is the 20-day moving average. Okay, and then if it doesn't, then I would assume something like this to price target 1 at 432. So it's worth watching what happens to NVIDIA, especially if you're buying puts or calls for the SPY. And SPY is up 0.14%. I mean, if you look at SPY and you look at NVIDIA, they're almost identical. Nailed the 20-day, gap down, and now it's trading green. So if you want to look at what happens with the overall market, just follow SPY. I mean, SPY will give you a strong indication of what's happening with the overall market. Now look at NVIDIA. It's starting to, the bears are stepping in again. Okay, and yeah, Apple was the same thing. AMC is just AMC. It's still getting messed around down here. So it's a little bit of a doji formation inside bar. Volume is still high. There's still some selling pressure. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about that. Anything else, guys? I really want to wrap this up. I'm going to go through real quick some of the team chart that our team is trading. So if you're thinking about joining our team, just shoot me an email to tipline@gmail.com or reach out to me on Twitter at NGUYEN. While I look at this AMC, AUIR, let's look at the winners. EBET, NVOS is up 7.3%. Yeah, it looks, oh, nice. It's starting to respect the 3 EMA now. So I mean, for our traders, I would love nothing more for this than for this to happen right here. Nothing more. But my realistic side tells me that something like this might happen, where we could come down and test the 8 EMA. While that's happening, the 20 will get pulled up, and then the 200-day moving average will continue to be stable. Very similar to what you see with FNGR, right? The 200 is very stable. So regardless of what happens up here on the intraday, the stock is still considered as bullish because it's trading way above the 200-day moving average, similar to NVOS, right? So NVOS right here is the 200-day moving average, and look at where the stock is trading. So you, on one hand, if you're scalping or swing trading, you want to look at the range of where the stock is being traded during that day, that week, that hour. But if you're looking at investing it on the NVOS, you want to pay attention to where was that golden cross. That golden cross was right here. It happened on August 29th. As soon as the golden cross happens, the algorithm just flips, because now the stock is trading on the bullish territory. But what's even better is not only did it flip over, it gapped up, showing that, hey, whatever is happening with NVOS, it is extremely bullish. Do not screw around with me. I will come in and I'll horn you to death as a bull. It's what the stock is saying. But that being said, in the short to medium term, it could do some retracement. Expect that. Expect that it's bullish, but it's going to do some retracement. So that's a whole topic for another discussion, because it comes down to what is your trade management. Do you buy and hold? Do you scalp it intraday? Do you swing trade within a price range? I love all the above except buy and hold. I just don't have the patience for it. And if you're here because you love to understand how to read a chart and determine the best entry, the best exit, intraday swing trade, I'm your guy. But it doesn't mean that I can't help you or help you understand when a stock is bullish and when it's bearish, because that is the fundamental understanding regardless of how you trade a ticker. Okay? All right, which one are you more bullish on, finger or VFS? So I understand that for finger, the opportunity is less. And why is it less? Because from the day chart, it's already, let's see, you want A, B, C. So for FNGR, the opportunity for FNGR is less because it's completing the, let's see, the A to B wave, right? So A to B is the bullish wave. And what happens from B to C? Massive retracement here. I'm expecting this here sometime very soon. And look what happened at the top of this rectangle, this trading range. It's starting to already retrace downwards. Look at this, right? So, but now if I look at VFS, remember VFS just got murdered, right? VFS just got murdered, and the pattern on VFS is resetting itself. Basically, it's completing an entire cycle to where the opportunity, in my opinion, is at the bottom of a cycle or at the top of a cycle. If you're short bias, then finger FNGR is an opportunity for you, my friend. If you're short bias, because look at this opportunity coming down. Man, if you were short, you're probably sitting there salivating over this 40% drop. Oh, I'm foaming at the mouth. Oh my gosh, bring it on. Oh, that looks delicious. Now, if you're looking at VFS, you're thinking there's a huge opportunity here, but I'm not buying yet. Why? Because the day chart is still telling me, yes, I mentioned that the 4-hour chart was bullish. It's popped out of the oversold. But you got to keep in mind, the day chart is still king, right? The 4-hour chart only tells me what happens in 4-hour blocks previously. The day chart, however, is telling me a different story. It's telling me that it's just now in the oversold area between the green and the blue line here. Same here. They're still, well, actually, this one isn't even near the oversold yet. Oversold is anything under 30. So what does that tell me? I'm sitting with my hands under my booty because there's more downside to come at this point, because look at where the 200 SMA is, $12.75. It's, in my opinion, by the time the indicators come down and does its thing down here in this area, it's gonna muck around a little bit and then it'll pop out of the oversold. This isn't even oversold yet, so I'm expecting another down movement into the oversold in the next couple of days before it pops out. That's where it's going to drop VFS down to my $15, $16 price target, maybe a slightly lower. And to answer your question, Yim, I am more bullish. I know it sounds shitty to say that I'm bullish on the VFS when it just tanked and knifed everyone that was in the way. But again, I'm an opportunist trader. I look at the top and I look at the bottom. You know, for the record, I did not short VFS. I watched it. I bought up and I sold at the top, but I didn't short VFS down, for the record, so you guys don't think I'm a total jerk. Well, you're not a jerk if you're shorting a stock down. You're just a professional trader where you're learning or know how to make money, right? So I believe it's still going to hit about 16, probably skirt and dance around 15 for price range into the 14, nearing very close to the 200-day moving average here. And then that's the real opportunity. So where's my price target for VFS? I explained this in yesterday's video. this is a massive left shoulder, head, and right shoulder that is going to get formed. And then this is the neckline. Neckline is, I'm thinking neckline is going to be about, I'm gonna put my foot down. Neckline is going to be about $14, and that is going to be my price target for an entry. I must say, every time I say price target, I have to do this. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice, so please do your own TA and DD and make sure you understand the risk. All right. With that said, my price target is going to be about 14, and then my exit is going to be the high of the left shoulder, which is going to be about $39. And I'm bailing, because as soon as that happens, this stock is going to come down. And when a completion of the head and shoulder hits all three peaks, hits the neckline, it's bearish. After that, they plan on, in my experience, they're planning on taking VFS down, probably to the sub single digits. Okay, that's my play on VFS at a very high level. My strategy. I'd love to hear your strategy. I want to know what you guys do. I want to see what indicators you're using. Drop me a comment. Send me your screenshots. I'll post it to Tip Line's community, and I'll credit you, and I'll, whatever text explanation you want, and I'll add my input as well. Okay, all right. If there is nothing else, I'm going to sign off. I've gone a little bit longer than I intended today, but I really hope it helps. Today was a good opportunity to go through some of the just-in-time learning experience, right, as a trader, and as we trade together and grow together in this community on Tip Line. All right, everyone, thanks so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. I know I say this every time. If you find this information valuable, simply because it helps with the silly YouTube algorithm, and so that way we can get this information out to everyone, and then they can benefit just as you are, I hope, are benefiting from this information. And again, my name is Vincent Nguyen. That is my personal YouTube channel that has 0 views of anything, no videos, but I'm planning on doing something with it down the road. Have fun with it. That is separate from tech and charts and all this other stuff. Maybe I'll learn how to cook ramen noodles or something. All right, have a good one, everyone. Talk to you soon.